This is Ben. He has many talents. He's a good student. He loves physics, art, engineering, and music. He's passionate about nature and animals. Ben's on the lookout for a career that combines his many interests. This film is about career choice and the future, the path that Ben chooses to take and the paths taken by others. Take Lelo Yadisa, for example. She discovered her fascination for mechanical engineering through a school project. She got an apprenticeship as a mechanical engineer at the Bobst Group. Doing her vocational education and training at an international firm provides her with a solid foundation and the opportunity to assemble machines in other countries. Rodolph Keller is an electrical engineer. He also learned his chosen occupation at Bobst, after which he got to travel a lot, especially to the Far East. Lelo Yadisa thinks he's pretty cool. He knows what he's talking about. Although he's part of the company management, he knows every nut and bolt of the machines. And what about Ben? He hasn't made up his mind yet, but he's always dreamed of becoming a film star. In this film, he can take on the role of the young Peter Odermatt, who is now a CEO and who as a child wanted to become a master of food. Young Peter wasn't put off by the fact that this occupation didn't exist. Once he had something in his head, there was no stopping him. Just like when he set off for school on his bike for the last time. Hey, this is Ben's first film appearance. Will he actually make it as a film star? As a team leader in customer services, Monica Neef already heads a team of 10. Since her time at school, she knew she wanted to become a bank director. Her role model is Gabriella Bourne, who at the age of 30 was a bank director and took over the running of a branch. The fact that she already had 13 years professional experience under her belt certainly helped, thanks to her vocational education and training. It's hard to say why the teacher didn't do anything when Peter didn't come back to school after the spring holidays. And Peter's parents? They knew that once their son had an idea in his head and stuck it on one of his post-it notes, there was no going back. After successfully completing his schooling, David Cretineau opted for an apprenticeship as a chemistry lab technician. It was the right choice for me. I wanted to use my hands as well as my head, but I understand why some of my peers took the academic route. Both paths ultimately take you where you want to go. Peter finally found work as a kitchen hand. He was 15 and wasn't really bothered about rules and the future. But the manager recognized his potential. Together with the head chef, she decided to create an apprenticeship position for him to train as a chef. Well-trained young workers are essential for the future of a business. The transfer of know-how also entails the transfer of responsibility. The young Odermatt didn't really appreciate the opportunity that vocational education and training offered. During the course of filming, there emerged some remarkable parallels between our film star, Ben, and the person he's playing. As a film star, Ben doesn't believe that he should have to do kitchen work.
Stopp, ich zeige dir mal was.
Eine Filmstar werden.
Ja, bitteschön.
David Cretineau could be a role model for Ben. After his apprenticeship, he went on to obtain his vocational baccalaureate. This was followed by courses at a University of Applied Sciences. the Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich, and rounded off with a PhD. With all that under his belt, he founded his own startup business. His motto is, once you've started something, you have to see it through to the end. Peter Odermatt still remembers saying to himself, I want to achieve something in life. And as always, once he had an idea in his head, he held on to his vision.
Okay.
During the last 2 years of his chef's apprenticeship, he gave his all. He got the best score in his canton in the final apprenticeship exams and came 5th in the national skills competition. After completing his vocational education and training, he took advantage of the numerous possibilities and permeability of Switzerland's education system and pursued his career. Today, Peter Odermatt is an ardent supporter of the dual-track system. That's why his company invests heavily in training young people. Vocational education and training, or VET students, are involved in a company's day-to-day business from the outset and therefore contribute to a company's turnover. Not only do they learn the skills of the trade, but also how a task can be solved efficiently. It's a worthwhile investment and the company benefits enormously. During their apprenticeships, young people develop into skilled and capable professionals. And once they've qualified, they're ready to take on any task from day one. Congratulations, Ben! He played his role to the end. So well, in fact, that the real Peter Odermatt was eager to meet him. Odermatt enjoys reminiscing. The scene in the kitchen with the fish and the pinball machine bring back memories. Today, he's well aware that the experience formed the basis of his professional career. And Ben? Acting's not really for him. He's jotted down his current career choice on a post-it note. It's important to have a clear goal. After all, there's no shortage of career choices. Our working environment is subject to rapid change and stiff global competition. Switzerland's system of vocational and professional education and training is dynamic and flexible. It continuously adapts to these changing economic demands and creates modern training programs for the 21st century. If you're in good shape, you can be successful in the fast-changing working environment. That applies to individuals as well as to the education system, the economy, and therefore to Switzerland as a whole.